I'm going to deep clean my room using the KonMari method, thus putting it to the test. It's been about 10 years since Marie Kondo's life-changing magic of tidying up changed lives. YouTube is full of cleaning videos and folding tutorials, and there was also a Netflix series, and everybody and their mom was KonMariing their spaces, including me. I was like 14, trying to figure out which of my belongings and my parents' belongings sparked joy for me, and which ones I should get rid of for good. But let's take a step back. What is the KonMari method? The KonMari method is a cleaning system where the core idea is to keep only the things that spark joy. Like this, you discard all the things that do not bring you happiness and surround yourself with only the things that do. The system goes deeper than just feelings. The process is divided into 4 categories: clothes, books and papers, miscellaneous or kimono, and mementos. Specifically in that order because the idea is that you sort of build up towards the things that you're more emotionally attached to when it becomes easier to discard things throughout the process. You kind of learn what sparks joy. Now that we established what it is, does it work? There's no doubt that the KonMari method changed lives and continues to even to this day. But is it really the perfect cleaning method? Does it really take only one time to keep your home tidy forever? Is there room for improvement on the system? I started KonMariing my space for this video a year and a half ago. Yeah, it took me a year to finish something that was realistically a week-long job, but we're being transparent and it's a part of the struggle. Now, the KonMari method prioritizes minimalism and simplicity, when some people are maximalism and complex. When I first tried this method years ago, I gave up halfway because I ended up throwing out things that I actually needed. I would regret it because fashion is cyclical, papers with drawings are memories, and I might need that bit of plastic that I threw out for some project one day. Also, in later years, I've noticed my clutter became not only physical, but also a big part digital. Here's a question to the public. How many of you have your files backed up? If you do, subscribe. If you don't, like the video. That's what I thought, thank you. One piece of advice that I got for digital media is if it doesn't exist in at least 2 places, it doesn't exist at all. Which, who has that much space when you're into photography or filmmaking? In this video, I'll be going through my space and organizing it using the KonMari method. Then, in a separate video, I will do a deep dive analysis where I'll be going through my thoughts and some suggestions that I have for improving the system to suit more people rather than fixing it. All that's left now is to go for it. Let's go back to more than a year ago with the first category, clothes. I'm trying to bring myself to start getting stuff out of the closet. I added a few more things. I don't know if I should like do my tops first, because that's what I have going on right now, or if I should like get all of my clothes into one pile. I'm just gonna pile everything on. I feel like that's gonna look better and cooler if I just pile everything on. There it is. It's way bigger than it looks right now because I'm on the floor and I look big and pile looks small. Okay, so in this part of the video I talked for like 10 minutes and didn't make a single concise point. So I'm gonna summarize here what I was trying to say. Essentially, I was giving advice to digitalize your clothes. If you have the energy to take a photo of everything you own and put it into an app, which can be an exhausting process, it might make it easier for you to pick an outfit when you could just like set them up within the app and like scroll through already pre-made outfits. And yeah, that's essentially it. Back to the video. Good morning. Whoever bet that I would move all my stuff to the floor and then sleep was right. So yeah, today is day 2. I'm actually pretty busy today. But yeah, I'm gonna get back to work. Wish me luck! Yay! This will sound fake, but at this point, I locked in and finished all of the clothes in one day. Actually unbelievable. When I was starting, I was mostly worried about what I'm gonna do with the clothes that don't spark joy. How am I gonna discard them? And then I remembered that whatever I leave by the dumpster is gonna be gone in like 5 minutes. And I know because I've been on the receiving end of the dumpster finds. I also found some places to donate or trade clothes, and I gave a lot of them to my friends. My other option would be to individually sell every piece of clothing, but that would only further delay the process of cleaning. While we're at delay, going from the category clothes to books and papers took me only 3 months. It's been 3 months. Okay, if you look at it realistically, it's been 2 months because it was October and now it's December, and it was end of October and now it's middle of December, so it's kind of like really like a week. I've been delaying this. So this is the current state of the room after the clothes episode. Now what I'll be doing is gathering all of my books and all of my papers onto big piles on the floor. Okay, I'm gonna stop delaying this and get to it. Differently than KonMari is I'm cracking open my Goodreads and putting all of the books that I decide to save into my library. I've never been a reader personally, so I don't think I have much of an excuse to keep more than like 50 books, which is a very small number when you think about it. And I'm thinking about it. I apparently didn't think about it enough because I ended up keeping double that. But then again, it's okay because most of the books are my mom's and she's convinced that I'm gonna read them someday. Visually, my shelves look no different, but simply being aware of all of the books that I own and knowing I can always check on Goodreads if I'm not sure certainly keeps me from buying any more books that I'm not gonna read. Now, we've reached a midpoint technically, but two of the biggest categories are coming up, which is mementos and kimono, which is just miscellaneous items. So everything that doesn't fall into the other three categories. Since my things are also my mementos and I don't really know where to draw the line between the two categories, I did them at the same time, which could be the reason why that same time lasted for over a year. Hello, we are on the floor now. Again. KonMari suggests that you start with CDs, which I have hidden right here. Then I think I'm gonna switch to my shelves, the parts that aren't books, and when I'm done with the shelves, I'm gonna do drawers. When I do drawers, that's kind of as far as I've gotten. All right, let's do it. I think I'm done. This is trash. I tidied this. The wardrobes inside are clean. The bed is made. Yeah. So, I am technically done. I'm sure there's like some corners of my room that I'm not really happy with, but in my professional opinion, the professional being the fact that I live here, it's clean and like organized. This part may seem short, but trust me, it took ages. I started this whole clean in October 2023 and then did books and papers in December 2023, and then everything else I did in February of 2025. Look at that. Look at that. Yay. Honestly, looking around my room right now after the whole process is done, I can still see quite a few things that I might discard, but simply knowing where everything is and that everything has a spot is kind of the whole point for me. You may have noticed that I like making little collages and art pieces with my mementos instead of just tossing them away, because I first try to make something that does spark joy. With that in mind, I'm going to introduce a new category, which is digital clutter. I have endless amounts of digital files, be it photos from high school or film projects from uni, or just, things that I saw and thought was cute and then took a photo of it and now can't really delete because I like it. My idea is to make digital collages, same way I make physical ones, be they photos or videos. I'm well aware that this process will take ages, but I feel like it's gonna be worth it when I'm done. I'm gonna go through all of my photo and video files, see which ones spark joy, and then make little videos for each year out of them. And I put that video on a little DVD and I write 2018 on it or whatever year it is, and then I find it 10 years later and I watch it and I'm like, oh my god, what a year! Or something like that, I don't know. But I digress, that is a job for later. Now I'm gonna sit back, relax, and enjoy the fruits of my labor. I wasn't satisfied. I shot the final shots of the cleaning, I wrote the script, I shot the narration, I edited everything, and I still wasn't satisfied. I sat in a room that didn't feel finished. My wardrobe still felt full of items I'm never going to wear, my shelves were filled with books and things that I don't care for, and all of my drawers felt so stuffy. I also still had piles and bags of things that are just waiting to be either discarded, sold, or donated. So I turned my attention back to the book. I read it all over again to see what I missed. And it was consistency. I was taking my sweet-ass time when in fact I should have done everything quickly so that the things that I learned were still fresh. I stretched this project and the release of this video for almost 2 years, just because I was being a brat and didn't want to clean my room. So, I did it again. The whole process, top to bottom, again. This time, in 1 week. I must cut myself some slack. This would be impossible to do in a week if I was doing it the first time around. This time I was more aware of what I own and what things spark joy, so I was just focusing on the things that I was iffy about before. It wasn't as overwhelming, there was certainly much less to deal with, and I had a clear picture of all the clothes that I owned. Instead of waiting, I discarded and donated items right away and kept only a handful to sell. Specifically, I have over 100 ties from my late granddad that I'm currently selling on my local marketplace. I also actually took the time and digitalized all of my clothes because I was too lazy to do that before. I sat down and went through the Goodreads one more time to avoid unnecessary labor, and then picked out all of the books that I know for sure that I will never read. I'll give each book I kept a try, and if I don't like them, then I'll just discard them when the time comes. When it comes to miscellaneous items, some of the things I had a hard time parting with in case my interests and hobbies change, but at this point in my life, I know exactly what things I will never do, and I just kept the things that I might. If I end up never playing tennis and somebody who needs a racket finds their way to me, it's theirs, rock on. I gave away most of the things to my closest friends, which gave me a nice excuse to go and see them. The last thing I want is to burden somebody with an item they don't want either, so I hope you guys like them. Please. Most of my mementos I discarded pretty successfully, except for the bits of papers that I kept to make collages, so I took some time to do that. I made a bunch of little art pieces that I can use to list through some key moments in my life from before I started scrapbooking in my diary. Some other time. That's a big bite. Am I now perfectly satisfied with the state of my room? No. It's certainly much better than it was before, but realistically, I'll truly be satisfied once I spend my time doing the hobbies that I kept things for, or wearing the clothes that I rediscovered, or reading the books that I kept to enjoy. It'll take much more than just a week of cleaning, but it's a process after all. I'm gonna go take a nap. You go ahead and enjoy the beauty shots of my new and improved organized room. If you've enjoyed the music in this video and need music for your own videos, definitely check out Thematic. I've been using the free version for years, but if you want to get the pro version, you can use the link in the description for 20% off. The next step in improving my space will be a room makeover, and I already have a bunch of ideas, so please subscribe if you want to see that. Don't forget, tomorrow there's another KonMari video coming up, and it'll be a long one, so get ready to clean your own room while it plays in the background. Thank you for sticking around till the end. Leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye!